Hello, Stephen. I am so glad to see you here. Thank you for coming out to Jessica's farm stand, the organic farm that's been here for, I think Bill said 40 years. That's amazing. 5 acres of property that he has been growing, nurturing, caretaking with his family and raising a family here, and also with many, many people that he has nurtured and actually taught for decades. So I bring you here as a first introduction to these wonderful foods. Would you mind speaking about what's most on your heart and mind these days?
Well, thank you, Alice, for this opportunity to confess my fault one to another, that I might be healed. In that, as a young person, I found flaws in the Santa Claus story by the age of 6. And logically, it didn't hold water, but it took me a couple years to find out the truth that it really was some underlying benefactors, such as Mom and Dad, that made that midwinter event seem so joyous. In life, I have been impacted by those foundational principles that were instilled within me, those programs that have held me captive in the perspectives that I knew best. Well, in reality, that's really not what I found. I was able to continue seeking truth, and I was afforded the opportunity to discover many principles and founding policies that really do govern this nation and other nations. For example, I thought if I bought bottled water, then I would be doing good things for my body. Then I found out that I was correct many decades ago when I first laughed at the policy of someday we'll have to buy bottled water and drink purified air. Well, the truth is now upon us, and not knowing what the future holds, I'm grateful to the Creator that He allowed me to find a fountain of youth that actually creates natural, God-oriented, restructured, ionizing water, which is found within all the fountains of youth and the places of healing throughout the whole world. We first began to discover these things back in the 50s when people wanted to research why do some people live so long and don't have degenerative ailments that actually grow and increase in their body until they die. Now, many decades later, science has simulated God-given natural electricity, lightning, into the water, which restructures it and looses the elements that are so helpful and helpful. And in my life, I really have not been very strong in the area of promoting what men tell me to promote. But as a person who had an A1C of 12.6 in June of 2015, I began a journey to get better. In January of 2016, my A1C was all the way down to 11.5, which of course is still unacceptable.
Yes.
So then I began to change perspectives. I had gone and spent a lot of money to have science and technology tell me the simple truth that really I'm the one that caused my eyesight to go away, in that I do have cataracts and I am legally blind in the state of Florida at this time. And because of my perspectives that needed changing, that's why my strength of character actually helped create a situation of not being able to see. The diabetic symptoms of neuropathy and pain and things of that nature became so strong that when I determined I will do what it takes, I will learn what I need in order to be free from this so that I can complete my journey in peace and power the way I am now discovering I was created to do. So therein, I began to change my perspective. I became serious about water. I became serious about what I put into my body. And last week, the test result was down to 7.3 A1C. And all I was changing my life at that time, on a serious note, was the water. So I have changed my water and changed my life. And now I'm ready to move forward into whole foods being used as medicine. I'm tired of chemicals being prescribed and hailed as the cure. I don't believe my Creator made me with a lack of chemicals,
Amen.
but that I, through my intake, ingested items that worked against the chemicals that were already in my body, in addition to not putting more in my body.
Yes.
So I have now been on the supplement of turmeric, curcumin, and my joints have so increased in freedom and pain-free, and the pain and the neuropathy has so decreased. I can now sleep at night. So between just those two small changes of pure, not commercially produced turmeric, most of today's shelves, for economic reasons, are filled with turmeric from the Middle East, which is highly diluted and very ineffective in a body. But I found a source that allows me to get it towards 95% more effective and 600 times more effect, impacting the body when mixed with Kangen water. So not only am I finding freedom, but I'm also finding hope. And that's why today we're here at Bill's Organic Natural Produce, wherein we can actually watch produce being plucked out of the ground, brought in containers, and set right here available for the public. Not within days or weeks, but within minutes. I am fully persuaded that as I begin to use whole foods and less cooking and processing, that this is the medicinal approach that I want my life to be impacted by. And I'm excited and filled with hope that the future holds more knowledge, more results, and a long-lasting relationship with my mentor, Alice, and the whole life wellness approach to not only feeling, but knowing, and then being activated to produce the light and the love of our Creator flowing through me, that others might come to the knowledge of a better place, no matter what time they begin, no matter what place they're in. Thank you so much for this.
Wonderful. I was so delighted when you asked me to read you the first few chapters of the book I created after doing 12-week workshops. And I put all of that in a book form. And your response to those first few chapters was truly inspiring to me. And I have never had the opportunity to read the book to anyone. I've only just now published it with my sister, Jennifer Lenhart, in LA. And we have put that up on Amazon, but to read that to you and to see your perspective change, and you integrate thoughts and understandings that you had known as a child, and to bring them back to yourself simply because you were hearing another person acknowledge truth in those things. And Bill is one of the most phenomenal farmers I have ever known about. His integrity is so high, and his choices in the people he works with to bring in an entire farm stand most of the year is profound. And I appreciate you being here today and you contributing the wisdom of your life experience to our topic. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming out to hear In the Kitchen with Alice and to meet Stephen Erikson here at Jessica's Farm Stand on the southwest coast of Florida.
Thank you, Alice.